The Stack. People, Business, Technology. With Dan Tomaszewski of Everything MSP.
All right, everybody, we are going to move on to our next topic here. Next up, we're going to talk about a great event coming up, the Pax8 Beyond 24 conference. And at this point, I'm going to bring in Mr. Rob Rae, Corporate Vice President of Community and Ecosystems with Pax8. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing very well. Thanks, Dan.
Awesome. It's good to see you. Looking forward to just less than a month from now. You guys have a pretty big event coming up, the Beyond 24 happening in Denver. It's going to be June 9th through the 11th, if I'm correct.
That is correct. Yeah.
Very cool. So I'm sure you're busy these days in preparations for that, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's not. It's something that generally requires a team of people a full year to get going. But yeah, we're excited. We're in a good spot. It's coming together quite nicely. So I'm very excited about it.
Nice. So for our audience out there that hasn't been to a Beyond event, especially since it's newer, this is going to be your second annual. I know last year was quite an amazing event, and I'm sure in true Rob Rae fashion, you guys just continue to make it better and better and better.
Yeah.
So, what's coming up this year? What can our audience expect to see out at?
Yeah, good. It is our second annual. So last year was our first. This was actually something that was planned pre-pandemic, and then of course everything shut that down, and we only got our first opportunity to do it again in 2023. We had 1,000 MSPs last year in Denver, Colorado. This year it's grown by about 50%, so we'll have 1,500 MSPs. Pretty close to selling out actually at this point. But 1,500 MSPs, we got about 102 vendors, I believe, that are sponsoring. And then, so probably about 2,000, 2,500 people total, including staff, will be in Denver, like you said, on June 9th. You said it, like, I like to continue to improve and kind of like grow these things, but with the idea of how do we get better and better and better. And of course, with our first year last year, we did a lot of surveying afterwards from the MSPs, from the vendors. What did you love? What did you hate? And then we just continue to build on that, right? What is it that people want out of it? We had a great inaugural event. I'm very proud of what we got, and the feedback has been overwhelmingly positive, but there's always ways that you can continue to improve. And you're going to see that this year. And it's just going to be bigger and bigger as time goes on. But this is for us. It's an open ecosystem show. So you're going to see vendors that are both in our marketplace and that are not on our marketplace, because this is all about the MSP community, right? And getting everybody together to learn, to grow, to meet new people, to rekindle old friendships, all those types of things. It's got a little something for everybody too. We've got 5 different personas that run through it. So we've got 5 different tracks that are, one is dedicated to the CEO, business owner. One's dedicated to the service manager. One is the technical track, of course, being in IT. We have a sales and marketing track for those folks as well. And then, we've invested quite a bit into cybersecurity, as a lot of organizations have, but, I've got some phenomenal presenters on the cybersecurity track as well, including our own Matt Lee. Andrew Morgan is participating this year. A lot of the brands that in the cybersecurity space within managed services is going to be there as well. All the content is around driving MSP growth. It's not sales pitches. We have a ton of vendors that are there. There's no doubt, but it's as much or as little as you want. But it's all about education and growth.
That's awesome. I mean, and I love those tracks that you mentioned, because it really gives multiple people within an organization the opportunity to be able to attend and learn versus being more singularly focused. Yeah, that's awesome. And
I learned that a number of years ago, because we had CEOs that would come, like, usually you'd have like a sales track or a tech track. Then you'd have like business owners that are like, I don't really care for either of those things. Or, you've grown your business beyond, some of those basics there. So we found, a lot of people wandering the halls, just kind of waiting for the next session to come up and not participating. So yeah, making sure that we have all the personas covered has been very important for us.
Yeah, and you mentioned meeting new friends, rekindling old ones, and I think the networking opportunity, for me, for the last couple of decades being in the channel, is incredible because the beauty of our IT channel is that people care about helping each other out,
Yep.
and I've got relationships with MSPs and vendors from all over the world that when in need, they're there for you, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So I love that component of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And as our industry's grown, I think that's only become bigger and bigger. So it's a significant investment to make sure that we've got it. And hell, I mean, look at my job title. I'm CVP of communities. Like, that role doesn't exist in most industries, right? There's nobody focused on building a community, but it's thriving here in the MSP space.
That's awesome. Any exciting stuff that you can share with us, or is it still kept under key, lock and key? And
I'd like to throw in some elements of surprise, and I do like to build on previous years. So if you've been to a Beyond or any of the conferences that I've organized before, I've always got something up my sleeve. But we have two phenomenal keynote speakers this year, including Malcolm Gladwell, one of my favorite authors, Tipping Point and Blink, some of my favorite books. Super excited to have him joining us as one of our keynotes. We've got some pretty big announcements continuing the Pax8 journey, what it was that we launched last year. We're going to continue to build on that messaging, and now everything in our space from a buying perspective, the buying journey perspective, is changing, and making sure the MSPs continue to thrive in that space, stay relevant in that space, and continue to be the center of everything SMB IT. And you're going to see a lot of that from us on stage.
Nice. So less than 30 days away. Last I saw, you're over 90% sold out. So time is of the essence, right?
Yeah, we're only 26 days away, and probably close to 95, 96% sold out. So if you're interested in coming, definitely get signed up sooner than later.
And if you do want to take a look and learn more, take a look at the agenda. Get registered. If you go to pax8beyond.com, you can find all that information there. And just wanted to make sure we got this information out to our community. Any parting words from you, Rob?
No, I just appreciate the opportunity. Love working with your community. Obviously, you've been doing this for a lot of decades now. So I'm excited about what we're going to be doing in Denver. And if you can't join us in Denver, I'm sure you'll see lots of updates from us. And there's no shortage of events that you'll see us out on the road at. So hopefully we'll get an opportunity to meet everybody in person again.
There we go. Rob, thank you so much for your time. Everybody, take a look at pax8beyond.com, and we will talk to everybody soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you for listening to The Stack.